Those things that you have even skilled staff to carry out, then you refer. Refer means you transfer the services that you cannot be able to carry out to the next personnel, to the next staff that can be able to manage this thing effectively. There may be some things that you have the capability of managing them. You have the skills to manage them. You have the knowledge to manage them. But as a result of resources or materials that you don't have to manipulate, you cannot be able to use them because they are not available. So you have to refer patient to the next level. That is it. And then you refer this patient. Your referral can be of two types. They can be permanent, it can be temporary. Good. The one that is temporary, you share your responsibility with other staff. Assuming now you are working in the general hospital or you are working in your health facility, you cannot be everywhere. You cannot be in charge of laboratory investigation. So you refer patient for laboratory investigation. You assign him to go and do viral tests. You can assign him to go and do USS. You can decide to go and do one thing or the other for you. And at the end of diagnosis, they have to return back results to you. They have to give you results. It's that result that you develop to manage the patient complaint. This one is temporary because you share your responsibility with someone within the environment. Then the next one that can be permanent. The one that can be permanent is the one that you send that need proximity, that need emergency care. You can send your patient from here to Sokoto, from here to Ilorin, from anywhere, because they have specialists that can deal with those conditions. Those things that you cannot be is not above you. Those things that standing order asks you to do, just do it. But as soon as you are referring patients in permanent referral, you have to assign patient with the referral form. There must be form. You have to tell the patient that you have to fill on form. That form will contain information of the patient and your diagnosis. And then at the end of medication, the patient that you send there at the end of medication, we expect him to come back with the report. The patient will be given the detached portion of the referral letter. You know you have to fill up referral letter. We have referral form. The first section is for you, that is referring the patient. And the last portion is for what? For the people that refer patient to. At the end of their own diagnosis, at the end of their own findings, they will fill the detached portion of the referral form. You may diagnose patient with possibly intestinal bacteria. Possibly you diagnose patient with possibly appendectomy or appendicitis. Then your own diagnosis may be wrong. There are specialists there. Yes. You have to work on with their own diagnosis. They have to fill the referral form for the right diagnosis made. And at the end of medication, they will give the patient the referral form to return to where he is referred from. You have to return that form to you for what? For follow-up. It's not that the patient will stay with them for 30 days, 7 days, whatsoever. As soon as the conditions subside, the patient will come back to you for what? For continuity of what? Of care. Then, remember, under this referral system, we see this goes on, how do you organize? How do you organize and operate two-way referral system? The first thing I told you last time, remember, the first thing you look into is the orientation. I said all staff, bring this thing please. The first thing you look into is this all staff orientation. So orientation of all staff should proceed before operation of two-way referral system. Every staff member, good. If you want to operate two-way referral system in your health facility, you have local government staff, you have a state government staff, and you have a national staff. All these are health worker, categories of health worker. Maybe your own health facility at your own level is a basic health facility. In that basic health facility, you have an imagination, you have a demarcation, you have an area where you no cross. So you want to operate this thing, you want to refer those cases that you cannot be able to manage to the next level, there must be orientation. You must orientate your staff. You must orientate all the staff in the local government level. At the same time, you must make room for orientation of the hospital staff at the higher level, so that they should know the importance of what two-way referral system. The whole aim is for us not to allow our patients to suffer, to reduce the total number of morbidity and mortality rate in our communities. So there must be total operation, orientation safe. Then the next thing you look into is referral system. If referral form, you have to complete the referral form. Referral form should be completed for each patient. You have to fill referral form. This referral form contains two sections. There is the referring officer section, and there is receiving officer section. There is two parts. One part is for you that is referring the patient, and the other part is for those people that will receive the patient. So each patient that you want to refer, you must complete the referral form to this patient. This form will contain the personal information for the patient that you are referring. Personal information: name, address of the patient, age, occupation, gender or sex. Then with what? With date. Then the next thing, history taking. That is the history that you have taken. The complaint of the patient. Presenting complaint. The patient may be having lower abdominal pain, lower abdominal fever, headache, high blood pressure, whatsoever. Then what the patient tell you, the history you derive from the patient is what you fill up here. Then the next thing you do, your own examination. The examination that you carry out for your patient. Maybe you take blood pressure. Maybe you take temperature, pulse, and what? Respiration. Maybe you do without test, MP, whatsoever. Then you find your own result. Definitely you work with your result. As soon as you treat patient for 3 days, 5 days, and no response, what do? You have to refer this patient. So you have to fill the form. And this form should contain all these things. The examination you carry out, the history you take, and what? The medication you give. You have to give medication to the patient. Can be a first aid medication to alleviate some severity. Then when the condition is not responding to medication, then you have to fill up your what? There is detached portion. You send patient with this information to the what? Referring site, referring hospital. As soon as they see the patient, they receive the patient, and they will also carry out their own information. They will carry out their own history taking. They will carry out their own examination. At the end of the examination, they will also fill back the referral form to return to you. Because there is the third portion here of the referral form. They have to fill the bottom of that referral, the third portion of that referral form. Their own history they took already may be different from your own, may be the same with your own. Then the examination they carry out may be the same, may be different from your own. And their own finding may be the same, may be different too. Then their own medication, they have to tell you what the kind of medication, the kind of treatment the patient receives. Then when the condition subsides, the patient will return this one for you. For what? For continuity of care. Then next thing, their hospital, all hospitals, all those referring area that you are referring your patient to must accept direct referral from all kinds of healthcare. Hospitals should accept direct referral from all cadre of health workers. When this hospital is supposed to accept your referral, the referral system will not be effective. So when there is orientation, when there is referral form, then the hospital will definitely accept what? Direct referral. Then the next thing is mobilization. You have to mobilize all communities for what? For accepting or for making referral system to be what? To be effective. That is the process of orientation. That is the process of organizing two-way referral system. The next thing, did you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you have a question? If you have a question, please ask.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in terms of this referral form, when referring patient, the form that you fill to refer the patient, is that different from the one when sending the patient?
No, it's the same form now. It's the same form. If you are referring patient, look at the sample. This form, this is the sample of the form. You see this two-way referral what? Two-way referral form. Open your page. Is it page 9? Open your page 9, you see it. This is the referral form. This referral form, I say it contains 2 sections.
Yes.
There is the third portion here under. You see it here. The first one is the one that you fill all the information that you carry out. The history you take, the examination you carry out, your assumption, your conclusion on finding, then the medication you give to your patient. You have to, it must be boldly stated here. Then you refer your patient with this letter. To where? To the higher level, where those people can be able to manage your complaint. Then you refer this patient to them. Then at the end of their own diagnosis, they will also do their diagnosis, they will do their treatment, they will take their history whatsoever. Then they have to fill up the forward feedback for you. The diagnosis that you made as enteric fever is not enteric fever, it's this and that. The history that you take, you miss this, you miss this, you miss this. Your medication, instead for you to give him this drugs, you should be able to give him these drugs. It's more effective than the other thing. You know what I'm saying? So you are doing this thing for them to know, to notify you that this is the diagnosis and this is what they have done to the patient. And then they will still send him back to you for continuity of care. Continuity of care, if this patient is going for medication for 5 days, you are the one that will continue with medication because they have a lot of work there to do. They cannot be able to delay time and be giving him injection for 5 days. They will send him back to you for continuation. And then what? You do follow up. This patient is from your own environment. This patient, you know him, you know where he's living. And you are the one that is referring this patient. So when they brought this patient back with drugs, for him to continue with medication, you are the person to go and continue with what? With the medication. Did you get what I'm saying? Please ask question.